So how do I invest for my son? And sometimes I get this urge to do a video and I should be more strategic and plan it out, but it gets me and I think, right, no, I want to share this with people. So how do I invest for my son? Well, my son's 8, so let's put some context. You can see all the beautiful artwork he's done behind. I'm going to convert those into some kind of virtual art and sell it as some kind of tokenized thing. I'm sure it'll work because it's like modern art. But as an 8-year-old, he has to uh, fill up his SIP. Sorry, his ISA. I haven't got him a junior SIP, though you can because he's 8 and he's going to be like 50 by the time he can access a junior SIP. So it doesn't seem like it makes much sense for the moment. Uh, but in his junior ISA, there's a limit how much money he can put in, and he's young. So I don't do the full 20 stocks or 40 stocks for him. What I tend to do is just cherry pick a few of the popular ones you can imagine, or the popular for me, which are the core drivers of my portfolio. And before I give you the names of some of those in his portfolio, which have done well since he was born. The other aspect is he's got a long time to go. So I want the kind of things which I can just leave and forget. I don't want to be monitoring portfolio constantly because I've got enough things to be doing than doing that. And I want the kind of quality companies which I know will be around at least in 3, 4, 5 years. Even though I might look at his portfolio, say, once a year. People often ask me, do you put it on an Excel spreadsheet? No, why would I want to do that extra work? The broker's got the listings over there. They say, yeah, but you're a hedge fund manager. You're an author. You must like all this analysis and paperwork. Exactly. I don't. Okay, so that's the first thing. The more frequently you look at the portfolio anyway, the more time you're wasting. It's like, would you look at your house price every single moment? No, you wouldn't. So similarly with his portfolio. So obviously he's got Meta, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, Alphabet, Nvidia. I think he's also got JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs. I think more recently he's got Micron, Lam Research, as he's got more capital. Now, it's not the fully formed 1/20th because he's got less capital, as I mentioned. And I guess over time we'll add things, which brings me to another point. Oh, so you don't work it out to the exact precise decimal point and have an algorithm to work out this, there, then? No, because with investing, just like Warren Buffett would say, you're not looking for perfection. You're not looking to pick the tops and bottoms of the markets, have a portfolio where every stock goes up every single minute, every week, every year, all the rest of it. I could equally, by the way, have just shoved him in a NASDAQ 100, QQQ, basically, index tracker. Now he's British. He's going to spend his money in Britain. But the fact that those growth companies are growing over there and bringing it over here works well. The name of the game is not, if you think of it like a football league, is not to win the Premiership and be the top performer, okay, and be the champion. The name of the game is to make sure you've got enough points that you can say qualify for Europe. In other words, you're in the, you got more than 40 points in a year, or you've got a certain return in any given year. Okay. Now that's a key difference. And then the other point is that your team members, i.e., the stocks in your portfolio to get you those points, uh, won't all be always performing great in every match, every week. Every single one of them won't be doing great. Some of them, by the end of the year, will disappoint. Some will do incredibly well. As long as you've got enough points, think of it like, be it running in the top 6 in Europe and the Premiership, uh, then you've done well. The problem is most people, what they try and do is they want to win the whole Premiership and they want every single player to be world class and exceptional, and that's where they make things wrong. They make their lives just way too complicated than they need to be. If you look at somebody like Warren Buffett, the reason he says, look, I buy these stocks, I hold them forever, look at implicitly what he's saying, and he became the world's richest man doing that. He's saying, I do very little. They ask him, what do you do? What's in your calendar? Nothing. What do you do every day? Read a lot. What else are you going to do? Okay, so I want you to be aware of this. If you want to know how a hedge fund manager invests and invests for his son, and you want a free pension review, have a look at alpeshpatel.com. We've got incredible resources there. We've been adding to them all the time. On the website, we've got a whole new section, not just of videos, but also of articles, which will help you all. They're all completely free. So have a look at that, and it's going to blow your mind how much can actually be done by the individual, by you, when you don't rely on IFA or a fund manager, and you take control of your investment and your own future. Okay, have a look at that. alpeshpatel.com. Thank you.